Hey there, YouTubers. It's Deadpool. And, well, I know you guys want Pool's Pit, and it'll come. In fact, I guarantee that both parts will be done tonight. Yeah, it's a two-parter. Whoops, there goes that. Little surprise for you. But I'm not here to talk about Pool's Pit. No. I'm here to talk about the Marvel U, my home. And, well, a couple of opinions I've kind of had that I haven't really voiced, but I kind of want to. And call it the mixed-up ramblings of a psychopathic mercenary or a very angry fanboy with a camera. Your choice. But here we go. I want to start by talking about Civil War. The event that, frankly, I believe will lead to the event of the inevitable destruction of the Marvel Universe. And I don't mean that in actual comic book terms, I mean that, period. That will lead to possibly the end of the Marvel U. I honestly say that you fans, you're devoted, and we love you for that. But I think even you guys have a limit to the crap you're willing to put up with. And that was just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, come on. Turning Captain America into the enemy of the state. Good move there. Making Spider-Man reveal his secret identity. And thus, screwing every good story idea here on in. Frankly, just right down the toilet. There it is. Good Spider-Man story? Not coming. Just, And then, of course, turning Iron Man, who was a flawed hero to begin with, into the biggest douchebag on the planet. I mean, seriously. Whose idea was... Oh, wait, I forgot. That was Joe Quesada's idea. Never mind, I know where to point the blame. Now, and then the idea... Then there's that whole Peter Parker writing Iron Man so hard, I'm surprised Tony didn't think he had a third testy thing. That didn't ever sit right with me either. The whole Civil War didn't sit right with me. And the fact that it was run by Joe Quesada's simple idea that the superhero secret identity thing was passé and needed to be retired is a frickin' farce, and frankly possibly one of the dumbest things to ever come out of that man's mouth. Well, among other things. Again, maybe my own personal point of view. Then there's World War Hulk, which for a minute there had potential to be a great story. But then it came down to the Hulk and the Century. The fight of the century. And it ended up being two scrawny guys slapping each other. Now, Bruce Banner locked so many miles below the surface of the Earth in a gamma base, with a new Red Hulk running around. Don't get me wrong, I think red and black is a great look. You don't hear me complaining. But, again, that just doesn't sit right with me. I mean, I think a lot of people here would think that Bruce would rather just, I don't know, die than go back to being a contained guinea pig. But, yet again, who am I to say? Now, then of course there's, oops, I had a little finger there. Sorry about that. Yeah, we're gonna keep it. Fourth wall. Anywho. Then there's this whole secret invasion thing, which has been set now, hopefully, and I say this with the biggest of hopes, this hopefully reverses some of the most stupid and frankly damaging things that have happened in Marvel in the past couple of, I don't know, years. Hopefully that this all even goes back all the way to House of M and fixes that little mistake. But there's one other thing that I know, me being a bad guy, hasn't really concerned, but it goes to Spider-Man. What have you done, Marvel? You've turned possibly your biggest character ever invented into possibly one of the saddest examples of what comic book characters could be. A sorry, sold-out image. I mean, you took Peter's greatest thing, his greatest asset, his marriage, from him with a single pen stroke. Because you thought it was a tired idea. Yet again, Joe Quesada. Or as I like to call him, Joe, I like to fuck up comic continuity, Quesada. I don't know. Let's just hope that somewhere that gets rectified. And maybe Marvel will wake up and smell that cup of Joe and realize it's time to pour it down the sink. But that's just all my other frustrations. Some of the movie decisions you guys have made. For example, Wolverine and Magneto, X-Men Origins. Don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure these will make a lot of money at the box office, but frankly, and sure, it's going to be responsible for, well, me showing up in a movie, which, thank God for that, it's about friggin' time. But they're spin-offs. They're not great ideas. They're spin-offs. Then what? What does that mean? Is Nightcrawler gonna get his own movie? Is there gonna be a Professor X adventure? What? Spin-offs are never a good idea, and they never end well. Take it from a guy who's landed in I don't know how many spin-offs. And maybe you guys should try to develop some stuff for the small screen too. I'm pretty sure a few people here wouldn't complain. I mean, why not? I mean, there were once rumors of a Moon Knight series for Sci-Fi. What happened with that? Or who knows? Maybe you could try to bring some characters who've been lost in the dark or the back for so long into the comics. When was the last time we've had a good romp with Tigra? Or anything involving, I don't know. Oh, let me think here. Her. Okay, I'm kind of blank because you guys tend to bring everybody in, but you know what I'm trying to say. What happened? Marvel? You guys used to be the house of ideas. Now you're just the house of bad ideas. I mean, again, don't get me wrong, I love being a Marvel character, I love living in the Marvel U, and it's the greatest thing there is. I mean, I'm very happy not to be living in DC and the really bad thing they're running over there. Well, I think I'm going to sign this sucker off. You guys have probably heard my complaints long enough. And again, don't worry, I'll get Pool's Pit out there. If this video doesn't show up though, well, you probably won't ever worry about it. But if it does, please don't put a bunch of bad comments. Just take what I said, roll around your noodle, and think about it. And maybe, just maybe, things will turn out okay in the good old Marvel U, eh? Alright, signing off.